After the Norman conquest in 1066, French became the official language of England until, well, the 14th century. Established by King Cyrus the Great around 550 BCE, the Persian postal system used horses and riders to deliver messages across the empire. Throwing an apple at someone in ancient Greece was a way to propose marriage, symbolizing love and desire. After the Great Fire in 1666, England saw the birth of fire insurance to help protect against such massive losses in the future. The Lascaux cave in France contains paintings of animals that date back approximately 17,000 years, showcasing early human art. Though the exact details remain unknown, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon were one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Heng invented the first seismograph in ancient China to detect distant earthquakes, marking an early achievement in scientific measurement. The oldest recorded human use of honey is depicted in ancient cave paintings in Spain, dating back approximately 10,000 years. In the 13th century, Venice confined its glassmakers to the island of Murano to prevent them from sharing their trade secrets with others. King Sobhuza II reigned for 82 years, from 1899 to 1982, making him the longest reigning documented monarch in history. To reduce snow glare, Inuit people made goggles from bone with narrow slits, preventing snow blindness. If you enjoyed this fact, make sure to subscribe for more amazing historical insights. Archaeologists discovered a 4,000-year-old perfume factory in Cyprus with remnants of ancient scents made from herbs and flowers. To honor their rulers, the ancient Persians would raise a glass of milk instead of wine, as milk symbolized purity and health. Discovered in Slovenia, this wooden wheel dates back over 5,000 years and is considered one of the oldest examples of wheel technology. In the 14th century, King Charles VI suffered from glass delusion, a psychiatric condition where he believed he could shatter if touched. Rome's Cloaca Maxima, one of the world's first sewage systems, was built in the 6th century BCE, and amazingly, parts of it are still in use. Da Vinci pioneered a technique called Sfumato, which gives his paintings a smoky, soft-edged look, contributing to their long-lasting vibrancy. With over 35,000 museums, the US has more museums than Starbucks and McDonald's locations put together. Michelangelo initially refused to paint the Sistine chapel ceiling, considering himself a sculptor rather than a painter. Recent excavations show that Stonehenge was likely used as a burial site for ancient elites around 3000 BCE. Ancient Romans used a retractable roof called the velarium at the Colosseum, operated by sailors who adjusted it to shield spectators from the sun. Cleopatra was highly educated and spoke multiple languages, including Egyptian, Greek and Latin, allowing her to negotiate directly with foreign leaders. Pottery shards found in a cave in China are over 20,000 years old, showing early human artistry and practical craft. The Great Pyramid was once covered in polished white limestone, which gave it a bright, reflective appearance. Roman concrete made with volcanic ash was so durable that many structures like aqueducts and the Pantheon still stand today. Trepanation, the act of drilling into the skull, is the oldest known surgical procedure, dating back at least 7,000 years. The stones at Machu Picchu fit so precisely together that no mortar was needed, a technique called ashlar masonry. Behind Abraham Lincoln's face is a small room intended to house important American documents, known as the Hall of Records. Persians created yakhchals, ancient refrigerators made of mud brick and designed to keep ice frozen even in desert heat. By the early 1800s, the Great Sphinx was buried up to its shoulders in sand until it was finally excavated in the 20th century. Construction started in 1173 but was halted due to wars and the foundation settling, resulting in its famous lean. Chinampas were floating gardens the Aztecs used to grow food, demonstrating their agricultural ingenuity. Built around 126 CE, the Pantheon's dome is still the largest unreinforced concrete dome in the world. Excavations revealed that the iconic heads on Easter Island have full bodies buried underground, with some statues standing over 30 feet tall. Egyptians used egg-based tempera paint, a method that gave murals resilience against time. The 8,000 life-size terracotta soldiers were buried to protect China's first emperor Qin Shi Huang in the afterlife. Babylonian tablets contain early records of planetary movements and eclipses dating back to 400 BCE. The Eiffel Tower was supposed to be dismantled after 20 years, but it was repurposed as a radio tower, saving it from destruction. The ancient Egyptians created sundials around 1500 BCE to measure time based on the sun's position. The ancient Greeks painted many of their temples, statues, and the Acropolis in vibrant colors which faded over time. The library was one of the largest and most significant libraries in the ancient world before it was destroyed. The Incan city was rediscovered by American explorer Hiram Bingham in 1911, although locals had known about it. The Venus of Brassempouy is a small ivory sculpture from France believed to be the earliest known human portrait. Built in the early 12th century in Cambodia, Angkor Wat spans over 400 acres and was originally a Hindu temple. Opened in 1863, the London Underground, or Tube, is the oldest subway system still in operation. Due to oxidation, the copper statue turned green over time, resulting in its iconic color. Ancient Egyptians saw the pyramids as spiritual structures that would aid pharaohs in reaching the afterlife. Built in 537 CE in Istanbul, Hagia Sophia was the largest cathedral until Seville Cathedral was completed in 1520. Defensive holes above entryways allowed defenders to pour boiling oil or drop rocks on attackers below. Built by the Moors in the 13th century, the Alhambra later became a palace and remains a famous architectural marvel. Herostratus burned down the temple in 356 BCE, hoping his name would be remembered, leading to the phrase herostratic fame. Until the Lincoln Cathedral was completed in the 14th century, the Great Pyramid of Giza held the record for the world's tallest structure. This ancient device, discovered in a shipwreck, is considered the first analog computer used to predict astronomical events. In Greek mythology, Mount Olympus was considered the home of the 12 Olympian gods and goddesses. Libraries would chain books to shelves to prevent theft, as books were costly and rare. The Lion Man statue found in Germany is the oldest known sculpture carved from mammoth ivory. The Great Wall is actually a series of walls built by various dynasties over many centuries. Construction of the Karnak temple complex spanned over 30 pharaohs and more than 2 millennia. The home insurance building at 10 stories was the first steel-framed skyscraper, marking the start of modern high-rise construction. Located on an island in Lake Texcoco, Tenochtitlan was an engineering marvel with canals and floating gardens. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you again.